So it's water change day for the 120-gallon tanks. Not really the topic of today's video, but I kind of like to show you guys little things that I do sometimes. I've already drained the tanks with a large hose, and now I'm filling it up with my garden hose, which is just cold water. However, it has a tremendous amount of pressure, so it fills the tank really fast. And then this water source is from the house, and it's just hot water. I balance it off outside until I get the perfect water temperature coming out of here, which is about 26 degrees Celsius, and it fills the tank twice as fast. So I do a 50% water change on all these, or about, I don't know what we call that, 30%, 35%, 40%, who cares, in about an hour. Awesome. Anyways, today we're talking about the new aquarium gallery, the place we're moving to that's 5 times bigger. We'll have bigger aquariums, permanent installations, and eventually we'll be opening it up to the public and you guys. You guys know, though, how lucky I've been out here in the current gallery. I own my property and I own my well. Meaning, when I do my water changes, it doesn't cost me anything, and I don't even have to treat the water. But in the new place, I have to pay for the water, and I gotta treat the water first. So you guys have been asking me, how are you gonna do water changes? How are you moving everything? And a bunch of other little questions like that I'm gonna answer in today's video. There's actually a lot of things that I have to do before we even move there. And of course, behind the scenes with the contracts and paperwork, blah, 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 all that boring stuff, which you guys will potentially see. I'm working on something that you guys will be able to be included in everything. But one of the questions a lot of people had is, when you start the new gallery, does this mean we're not making videos anymore? Heck no, we're probably gonna be able to do daily, if not every second day, for at least a year. And then we open and we continue with the videos. The videos are never going to stop. I'm not substituting this new place. And I'm only opening it to the public so you guys can finally come. It's not going to be incredibly profitable. In fact, I highly doubt I'll even break even when we move over there, but that's a topic for another day. But there are things that I can start to plan and build in advance that we can kind of show you and talk about. And one of them is how I'm going to do my water changes, and I really got to start building the filtration. I'm just waiting for a nice day so I can get out there with my saw and cut up some acrylic, but I'll tell you probably what we're going to do for filtration. And that is most likely building internal sumps. I think it's going to be great to hide the filtration behind. The backgrounds will cover the actual filtration partition. We'll put all the pumps there. Everything will be in there. Super easy to take care of. I've shown you guys actually how to build this before. Anyways, I'm most likely just going to build like 10 of them. And over in my little storage area, we already have the acrylic. It's weather beaten, so I mean, I got to get all this off, which is going to be impossible, which is this protective thing. I just might pressure wash it off. This is a 6mm cell cast acrylic, a full sheet of it. That's all I'm going to need to build the filtration. Well, probably all I'm going to need to build at least, I don't know, I guess I never took the measurements, but I'm hoping I can build all 10. My luck, I'll build like 5 of them. But that's something people want to know. And why it's so easy to start up this new gallery is because this one's been running for 4 years and I have a surplus of everything, including like scaping supplies, backgrounds, etc. And it's all going to be used. I don't throw out anything and I don't sell anything because I know one day, heck, you might need it. Underneath the acrylic here is a massive pile of wood. For example, rocks. I mean, I'm never gonna need rocks. I can always get them wherever. I always collect them. But this is like 2-3 pallets of manzanita wood as well as Malaysian bogwood. And then of course all the backgrounds just stored right here beside. They're completely safe. They're like indestructible. You can put them outside in the rain, in the snow, let them freeze, let them thaw. I got these from aquadecorbackgrounds.com and they literally, I've never ever once had an issue with them. Anyways, for water changes, I'll be getting 3 of these massive things. They hold about 330 gallons. So I'll have 3, maybe 4 of them. So I'll have 1,000 gallons or more of pre-mixed water. Safe, chlorinated, dechlorinated, etc. So it's going to be super simple to drain the tanks really fast, like I currently do, and then get this massive pump to fill them up really fast. And I figure if we start the gallery off with about 5,000 gallons of water, do a 25% water change, we'll be able to do water change on all the tanks in a matter of a couple of hours. Now, 5,000 gallons doesn't sound like a lot because we already have 1,000 or 2,000 gallons right here, but the aquarium gallery is an aquarium gallery. It's not like a public aquarium where you walk in and you're gonna see Shamu there, the killer whale, or you know, seals and otters and that sort of thing. It's fish tanks that you could have in your house displayed. Basically, it's what's possible in the aquarium hobby. Well, what we're doing literally right now. Like relatable sized aquariums. This method isn't perfected just yet, but no worries, because in the new place, we'll do something proper. But some people are like, you need to do an automatic water change system. No, I don't want pipes and drains and everything running all over this place. In fact, I don't want you to be able to see any of that. I just want you to see the aquarium and the fish within it, the scape, how they're interacting, all of that. I don't necessarily, and I'll bring you through the build process and everything we're doing, but for the most part, I just want you to be able to be inspired by the actual aquariums. I don't want to let too much go or talk about too much because we're not even in that building yet, but the day we get in there, I'm going to disclose to you some of the exciting plans. Okay, next big question. Moving all the fish in the aquarium gallery. How am I going to do this? How am I going to move the tanks, for example? The Asian arowana and stingrays. I mean, I can't put all these guys in a 120. These guys are massive, like really big. This guy's a couple feet long. These guys are at least 16, 18 inches across, the big one especially, and the littlest one is a foot across. So we got to figure something out, because even if I took them out, put them in a Rubbermaid tote, this is going to be an all-day move. I'd like to be able to set it up, dechlorinate the water, have everything up and running properly, and then transport them, which means I'm going to need them a temporary home for, 3 to 5 days. So what I've done there, and again, this is all the prep work and the getting ready, and there's so many things that I gotta do, but what I've done, well, I guess I got a box. Inside this box is like a kiddie pool. It's 8 feet in diameter and 30 inches deep. It's gonna be perfect as a temporary holding tank for the rays and arowana. Everybody else, well, these guys just got a water change, so they're not, like the frontos and stuff, a lot of these guys, besides the piranha, will be able to kind of like temporarily go into a Rubbermaid tote as their tanks are being moved, etc. Maybe we'd be able to put some fish in the 2000. When it comes to the saltwater tank, just toss them all over here. I mean, we'll see what happens there. I'm not too concerned about most of the fish. It's just the big guys that I really need to prep for. Yeah, I think ultimately, as we set up a tank in the new gallery and fish get moved into it, then I can take that tank down. For example, if we set up a Lake Tanganyika tank and these are some of the fish going in it, once these guys are moved into that newest tank, this one can be shut down. I'm not going to be running 2 galleries. In fact, the 2,000 gallon is the only personal tank that's going to be at my home. It's incredibly impractical and unaffordable to be able to run 2 full aquarium galleries. Especially since the expenses that it costs to run this place are just going to be essentially diverted to the new place. I can't wait for that piranha tank to be set up though. They just got their water changed, so they're all kind of hiding in the background there. If you don't follow me on TikTok, I just put this really cool feeding video out with these guys. Super awesome. Anyways, I'm really excited about their tank. They're gonna be put in a 180, and it'll be scaped similar to this one. Okay, well that fills. I'll show you one more thing. Sorry for rushing through a lot of this stuff. Whole studio's getting moved there. These 2 tanks, of course, are going to the new place as well. The Oscar aquarium. This is an interesting one. I just built this tank too, so it kind of sucks. And these guys are doing fantastic. They are going to the gallery for sure, and this tank will be shut down. Now the thing about it is I can't take it, can't do anything with it. It either stays here or it gets destroyed because it cannot fit up the stairs. In cutting it in half, I'm not doing that, and putting it back together, etc., etc. I built it rather quickly for you guys to show you how to do it type of deal, and it sucks that I'm probably going to have to tear it apart, but it is what it is. I mean, the new gallery is far outweighing having my house filled with aquariums. Plus, I need to repurpose this room and take advantage of my home. I'm so tired of, and I know my family is as well, aquariums overtaking absolutely everything. But gosh, look at these Oscars. Aren't they gorgeous? Tank's a little messy, but I mean, who cares? Look at that. Look how healthy the fish actually are. So Oscars will come. Studio's going there. Already have a place for the studio in the new gallery. Those 2 smaller tanks, the Oscars. I think the Oscars might even come out to the gallery for a little while. And here's one more thing we gotta talk about. That tank's almost done. By the time we made this video, and it's only been filming for 15 minutes, I can't believe all these tanks are being filled so quickly. I did spray the water and get myself wet, but damn, that was fast. If I need to put a fish from this tank to that tank, it's not going to be because from the time we get the gallery in the first month is basically painting, remodeling it to an extent, fixing things up, getting it ready to move in. The following month, July, is when we can start moving things in, and by probably August type of thing, all tanks should be there and we could begin escaping. I don't know the timeline. We got to get in there. You guys know me though. I get things done incredibly fast. So one of the things I got to do is the Oscar tank has to go because I have nowhere else to put that kiddie pool to put the arowana and stingray. So it's a little bit of shuffling that's going to go on, but all the fish, of course, are going to be safe and come along. But it could potentially be 2 or 3 months before fish have to go to the new place. So in the meantime, we got to figure everything else out here and slowly start preparing to get moved, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll bring you guys along for the entire process. I'm such a jumble brain right now because once this is done, I got to get out of here. Well, I'll get this video to you guys and then I got to get along with my day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though. I hope I answered a few questions of yours. If you have any more, make sure you answer ask them in the comments section below and I'll be able to get back to you guys. I can't wait to get into this new place. I love being busy like this. I love it. I live for it. See you guys in the next video.